Today I'm going to be making some really yummy chocolate cupcakes, and here are the ingredients that we need. 3/4 of a cup of flour, that's all-purpose flour. 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, that's 4 ounces. 2 eggs. 1/2 cup of soft butter. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 cup of regular white sugar, and 1/2 cup of sour cream. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. And a recipe note, if you are using salted butter, simply omit the salt in this recipe. Alright, our first step, get our butter in there, our lovely beautiful butter, and then all of our sugar, so that's our white sugar, and we're going to cream this. So we'll get our mixer going, and I'm going to start creaming this all together. And my butter could have been a little bit warmer. The warmer your butter, the easier this will be to cream. But that's how it goes sometimes. I didn't bring my butter. I should have brought my butter out about an hour before. Earlier than I actually did. It's not too bad, but this will break down. It's coming along. Might take another minute or so, extra of mixing, but it'll get nice and creamed up. So what I'll do is I'm just going to keep going at this for about a minute or so, and I'll be back. Alright, so this is about a minute later, not even. You can see now. Getting nicely creamed. So there we go. If you know you're going to be doing a recipe, what you want to do is measure out your butter while it's cold, because it cuts a lot easier when it's cold, and then just leave it out for a few hours. So there we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our first egg in, and we'll incorporate that. That's going to lighten up this mixture and also loosen it up. So that's good. And at this point, we really do want to get, this mixture well incorporated. And then I'll add in our second egg. There we go. Okay. So there's egg number 2. We'll get that going. And then our vanilla. And we'll incorporate that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to take my chocolate chips and I'm going to microwave these. I'm going to use the defrost mode, and I'm going to melt the chocolate, and then we're going to incorporate it into our batter. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so what I've done now is I've just heated up my chocolate chips. And you don't want to use the regular mode on your microwave. You want to use defrost, because you don't want to scorch your chocolate. So I'm just going to get all the chocolate in there. Alright, there we go. Alright, and then we'll just incorporate that. Oh, that smells good. You just want to get this really well incorporated before we add our next ingredients in. Oh, that looks good. That's good, and now on to our next step. Alright, I'll just get another bowl, and I'm going to get my flour, my baking powder, baking soda, and our salt. Okay. And then I'll just whisk this together. And there we go. Just want to make sure we have this incorporated well, mixed up really well before we add it to our wet batter. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we'll get our wet batter back in place. And our only two things that we have left are the sour cream and our dry ingredients. So I'm going to start off, I'll just take a little bit of that and get that incorporated. And then some of our sour cream. Yum. And there we go. And we'll get that moving. Make sure to clean down your sides with your mixer. You can also do this by hand if you don't have a mixer. And then I'm going to put in the rest of our dry ingredients. And then the rest of our sour cream. And we'll just get that in there. Get it all out, because I don't want to lose any. And there we go. And then we'll just incorporate this. I just want to do this until it's fully mixed. You also want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll put a notice at the beginning of the recipe to do so. Okay, and that's it. That's fully combined. I'll just spin my mixer a little bit here just to get everything off, and there we go. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're going to fill our muffin tins. Okay, I've just set up my work area. I have a muffin tin here, and I have some little paper muffin liners. Now, do you have to use these? No, you don't have to, but today I am. They're very inexpensive. You can get these anywhere. I believe you can just get these at the dollar store as well, Walmart, Target, any one of your local area stores, even the grocery store. So there we go. I've got all of those ready to go. I've got myself an ice cream scoop. That is. And I'll just get all of our nice batter here. And I'll just start filling these. And you don't want to fill them too high. Just whatever you like. About 2/3 full or so. So this recipe is going to make more than I'm making here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let these bake off in the oven, and then I will do the other ones. There we go. Maybe a little more on that one. Okay, so I'll just finish whipping through these. I'll be back in a second. So there we go, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm going to pop these into my oven, about 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. I'll let you know exactly how long I baked mine for. So I'm going to take these now off to the oven, and I'll see you in a while. Alright, I just took these out of the oven about 30 seconds ago. They were in for a total of 20 minutes, and I just want to show you these. It's very dark, so I'm not sure if you can actually see very well, but there we go. Oh, they smell really, really good. And I tested them with a skewer. I'll just show you that. So I've got a little wooden skewer here, and what I do is I don't put it directly down. I always put it at an angle, just put it right in, so it gets most of the cupcake, so it'll go through the top and right through the middle and the bottom, but on a diagonal, so I am actually getting more surface area. And then I pull it out, and then I just check my skewer, and it looks very, very nice. So I know those are done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop these out. I'm going to do the next batch here, and I'll come back and I'll show you all the cupcakes when they're actually baked, and I have all of them together. Alright, my second batch has completely cooled now. Quite cool. Not 100% cool, but cool enough. There we go. And our original 6. And there we go. Beautiful. So look at that. 12 really, really delicious, moist chocolate cupcakes. So the only thing left to do is to frost these. What I'll do is I'll frost a couple of them. If you don't like frosting or icing, you can just eat them just like this. But what I'll do now is I'll just frost up a couple with my classic cream cheese frosting, and that'll be it for the video. So I'm gonna go get my stuff. I'll whip through that really quickly. What I'll do is I will leave a link at the end of this video to my classic cream cheese frosting in case you want to try that out. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Let's just grab a little cupcake. I'll just start in the middle and just go around and around. There we go. There we go. I went a little heavy. I like lots of icing. You can go much lighter than that. But there we have it. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just throw a few sprinkles on there, just for fun. Alright, we'll just throw a few sprinkles on, just for fun. There we go, beautiful. That looks great. Alright, so there we go. 1, 2, 3. So those are my chocolate cupcakes with classic cream cheese icing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.